Yo,
Yo,
what's up, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, man.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Got my boy back?
Yes, sir. Come back.
Good shit. Good shit. How's your week been so far?
It's been great, man. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm just happy with
Good.
everything.
Good. Good. You should be. You deserve it. You've had 2 years.
Yeah,
It's
even
been.
like trading wise, it's going well.
Oh,
You know.
really?
Yeah. Took one
Awesome.
trade, so it
You
was
only
a
took
win
one
on
trade. That's
Monday.
it.
So yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good stuff, man. Yeah, we got some rangy markets right now. I'm looking at gold as possibly exhausting up here. I'm waiting for my setup, but it looks like gold maybe exhausting like somewhere around here.
Did you get like a call with Z yesterday? Was it?
Yeah, we had a great call. We actually went over his trading plan and put that together and made sure he's going to be sticking to that for the next couple weeks, and then we could start expanding on it. But yeah, he's a great kid. Sounds just like you, like his actual voice.
His voice sounds like mine.
A little bit, a younger
Okay.
version,
All right. Yeah,
if
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, he's 19 and I'm
Yeah,
23, so yeah.
yeah. I could see his voice maybe like deepening once he gets to your age.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he reminds me of you a little bit, which is a good thing.
What did Shajil tell you about the struggles he's having, or
Um, Maybe
because
I don't know.
he did call me yesterday, and I said to him like, "Don't tell me, bro. Like, tell Steph anything you're going through. Like,
Oh,
he's your
the
man."
trading.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously,
He's.
I can only help him so much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
I'm like I said to him, I'm not a mentor. I don't have leadership qualities. Well, I do, but that's not what I want to do. If it was me, I would have started my own mentorship by now.
mm-hmm.
But obviously, I have leadership qualities, but not in the way you have, where you're studying it. You want to improve every day on how to become a leader. You're watching videos on leaderships and
Mm-hmm.
motivation and all this stuff. I'm not doing that. I said to him, I can guide you, but like anyone that comes to me for help, I'll just send them to you. You know what I mean?
I
Anyone that
appreciate it.
struggles, I'll be like, I can only take you so far, but Steph can take you to another level. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that,
I'm
man.
just, I'm just a stepping stone for people, and obviously a lot of people, like even like Z and Shajil and a few other lads are saying, why don't you start your own mentorship and charge like 300? I was like, no, I can't do that. But I can, but I feel like if you do start your own mentorship, you have to give up a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
these certain individuals. And I don't want to cheat them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a guy on a call like once a week or once every 3 weeks and be like, no, I'm busy here. If someone reaches out to me and say, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, because that's a lifestyle I live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out. I want to spend money. I want to go out with girlfriend. I won't have the time necessary for a mentorship, if you get what I mean. Like if I
Yeah.
message you now, you'll say, okay, we'll hop on a Zoom today or tomorrow or the day after.
Mm.
Whereas if I have a group of 20 and they message me and say to me that, can we hop on a Zoom? I'll be like, I'm not free for the next 2, 3 weeks. And I feel like I'm cheating them because they've paid the the fee and I'm not giving them what they've paid for.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons I don't think I'll ever go into mentorship, not mentorship, mentoring.
It's funny you
Because
realize that it's a tough balance, to be honest. But it's something I find fulfillment in. But I think you give yourself less credit than you actually have. I think you're a good leader. I think obviously you're not gonna hop on a Zoom with Sharjeel and actually like teach him things, but just give him pointers, stuff like that. Just be a leader, and you were saying you wanted to be a leader in here. So if there's any way that I could help you with that, then I'm here for it. But I totally understand where you're coming from. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of focus. Um, you're giving up a lot of yourself for this, but it's like I said, I find fulfillment in it. I love it. Um,
yeah,
that's me, everyone's different.
I'll tell you something about Shajir is that he won't tell you his problems until after it's happened. If you get what
Well,
I
yeah,
mean?
I think most people are like that, to be honest. I think a lot of people, especially like in mentorship. But I think this goes for a lot of you guys. It's and I understand this. It's very tough to come to me with a difficulty that you guys are having. Like I find like a lot of people don't want to let me down. And I'm not saying that in a way where like I'm me and I'm like this big bad guy.
Mm.
I don't want you guys to feel like that. But I feel like that has happened a lot where I'll be mentoring you guys and you guys will go through a losing streak and I got to ask you guys what's going on, right? Because I could start to tell. I could see what's going on. I could read you guys like a book at this point. It's not because of you. It's just because I've been coaching people for so long now that or not so long. It's only been like a year and a half, but it's been more of like I've learned what to do, what not to do, and I've learned how to read people and how not to read people. But um, I don't want you guys to feel like you can't come to me when you guys are going through a losing streak or anything like that. Like that's what I'm here for. You guys have to come to me for that. Don't feel like you're letting me down if you're losing momentum or you're not working out the way you should be and you're just going down a deep path. Don't feel like you're letting me down. Come to me and we'll fix it. That's fine. Right? I understand. We have ebbs and flows in life. So
I sense that you get like a feeling when something's not right. And, like when you messaged me a
you
few days ago, like I
get
was
like a
thinking, how
sixth
does he
sense.
know? I was thinking, how does he know like what's going on?
I know
I was,
you guys. I can read you guys. Don't feel like you could hide. I got you. I got you.
yeah,
But like I
crazy.
said, like, yeah, I don't want you guys to feel like you can't come to me. It's if you guys need a Zoom, if you guys need a half hour to an hour talk where we just need to, get through whatever you guys are going through. Like Keong, not that he's going through anything, but like he's trying to figure something out with work and weigh some things out to see what's worth doing. And he came to me, wanted to get my advice, and we went over it for a good 30 minutes the other day. And um I wonder if you came to your conclusion. What's up, Keon?
Hello, hello.
Dr. K, what's up, buddy?
All good, all
Dr.
good.
Pepper.
All
Um,
good on my side.
yeah, so you want to fill me in real quick of what you decided or you haven't decided
Oh,
yet?
I'm going through the referencing already with the company.
Okay.
So now right now I'm just speaking to a couple agency on on the pay. So I want to see work out my take home pay. And guess what? They actually told me they can't give me an accurate reflection. Well, two of them said they can't give me an accurate reflection
Mm.
until 2 days time when we're going to have a new budget. The tax might change. So I'm like, oh, great. I think all of us are going to get taxed more now going forward on everything in
Did
UK.
is this the company that wasn't straightforward with what your role would be?
Um, well, the recruiter wasn't. She wasn't. If I'm honest, I think she wasn't too good at her job. She just gave me
Huh.
some brief information, but on the interview, gave me the person told me what it was exactly, which I was fine with. No, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But now I just need to go for a separate payment firm just to confirm a few details, figure out which one I want to go through, and then I'm able to give me a take home pay after tax.
Okay.
And yeah, I just spoke to them. I sent them emails and they got back to me. And I think I sent emails to five of them, and two of them came back to me and said, "This is what we think you can get, but if you want an accurate one, come back to us in 2 days' time because of the budget." I was like, oh, "Great."
Okay. All right. Well, that's I mean, at least you're getting some clarity as far as like what you actually want to do. Um, even with this, like it's starting to tell you what route you want to go. Am
Yeah,
I
I'm just
right on
taking
that?
it day by day, step by step, really.
There you go. That's how you got to do it. What's up, boys? Carlos, Sergio, Quentin. What's up, boys?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Wow, Carlos has some energy.
I'm feeling great. I'm
You hit
feeling
that
great.
deck this morning? Holy shit.
Yeah,
Carlos
yeah,
sounds like a new man.
I got into it.
Let's go, man. You're feeling good, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm up. I feel great.
Dude, there's nothing better than hearing it in your voices when like Sammy, I've gone through that with you a ton. When like I could just hear it in your voice. Like I know when you're fucking cranking. Quentin too. Sergio, we still have you just got in here, so we're still at the beginning. But when I hear it in your voice, and that goes back to what we were just talking about too, like I can hear when something's wrong. or when you guys stop showing up for a couple days, like I know what's up. You might be going through a losing streak, and we just got to get through that together. But yeah, when I hear the momentum in your voices, like I love that. There's no better feeling for me. I had to write something down. Give me 1 second. Okay, awesome. All right, Quinn, how you doing, buddy?
Did you do in London today?
Sorry, what did you say?
So how was London today if you did it?
I mean, I took a loss, and yeah, I'm pretty a bit frustrated about it because last week I finished the week with like 1% gain, and like from those 3 days, like I've lost all of it. This week with this morning a loss on GJ, after the CPI came out. I took a sell and like I risked 1% and lost 0.8%. So that
Okay.
was like managed, but like I'm at like minus 1.2% for this week when last week I had gained just 1%.
Okay, Quinn. First of all, it was good that you lost less than you expected, right? So you managed risk. Could you have done that better?
I don't know. I maybe my stop could have been a little higher, and then I could have cut risk at a lower percentage loss.
Okay.
I
Well,
think that is.
if you want to keep your stop loss the same as far as percentage that you're risking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, okay. So when it comes to the setup, was it a setup that you normally take, or was it just kind of like I can see this thing playing out? Let me try this out.
Yeah, it was a pretty good setup. We
Okay.
can take a look at it later, but it
Yeah.
was a pretty good setup. Just it was on the 15-minute, but in my trading plan, I allow myself to take trades on the 15-minute if there is something that makes the volume higher than usual, and from CPI data, the volume was like cranking up a little bit, so that made sense to me.
Okay. So right now, with what you're going through, I think many traders go through this, and I think most traders go through this because most traders fail. But it's very common for a trader to have a solid week, positive week, up 1%, up 2%, wherever you're at right now, with having a good week. It's very common for the next week, especially in the beginning of the week, for you to start just taking trades, and the ego starts to come in. That's where greed comes in, and you start to feel like you're just going to be winning these trades. Like you just feel in a rhythm, and then all of a sudden you lose one, then you lose another one. Maybe you win another one after that, and then you lose another one after that, and lose those profits, right? And you just start going downhill, and then you start getting frustrated with yourself, right? So right now, what it's important for you to do is I just want you to take a deep breath, understand that you're a very good trader, right? And you're well on your way to being a very good trader. And I just want you to go back into your journal and look at some of these good setups that you took last week, the week before, and the week before that. Just go study them, go look over them, see what you did right, see what you could have done better, see what you did wrong with some of the losing trades, but build that confidence up again. I'm telling you, it works. All right, and I know what you're going through right now. It's very frustrating. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I took like the best hour to recenter my thoughts and get back onto like a good mindset to look forward to next good decision and not let that get to me.
Yep, this is all happening for a reason. This is a and Sharjeel, I know you're going through a little drawdown right now. This is all of this right now is happening to make you a better trader. You cannot lose that mindset. You cannot have a fixed mindset. You cannot have a failing mindset. You have to have a growth and winning mindset right now, knowing that these losses are gonna get you better if you're learning from them. If you're real, like yesterday, we took that trade on GJ. I think we're trading gold on we're trading gold on the simulator, right? And we took that sell and we
Yeah.
gained a nice percentage on that. But you and Carlos took that sell and had a tighter stop loss. Now, was this a similar instance where you had a tighter stop loss?
No, no.
No? Okay, so what was this? I know you mentioned stop loss, but what was it?
I just mentioned stop loss as like I was able to manage risk as soon as the candle passed the 15-minute high. But if my let's say if my stop had been further up,
Yeah.
I would have managed risk at like halfway to my stop, where like now I manage my risk at 80% for 80% way to my stop.
Okay, when you get a chance, send over the journal. Let's take a look at it during the session. I'm gonna break everything down, see if we got any potential potential setups here, and then we will we'll check that out. All right.
Yes, sir.
But does that? I know that mindset makes sense to you, but I just want to make sure like that's how we think, right? It's all growth. This is all gonna get you better because if any trader that is making multi-million dollars right now stopped where you're at right now and didn't have that growth mindset, they would never be where they're at.
Yes, sir.
All right, today we got retail sales coming out of the US. We got some Canada CPI coming out today. CPI came out of Great Britain at 11.1%. So I'm sure you guys are feeling those costs right now. Everything is pretty much up. Core CPI as well. Excuse me. Hit the bid at like 11:30 last night. We had the financial stability review, but again, Canada CPI is coming out today. They're expecting a 0.8% increase over here on the month, but over here, core retail sales. I think this is what most of the markets are waiting for to see what's going on with the U.S. Because okay, thank you, Quentin. Monetary policy report hearings are going to be coming out 9:15 after our stream today. ECB Lagarde is going to be speaking G20 day 2 over in Indonesia. So that's going to be happening today. And then some Australian employment data coming out as well. So that's going to be later on. But looking over at the charts now, let's see how GJ was affected by the CPI number. I know not too much, right? The current weekly candle, the previous weekly candle ended up closing a strong bearish candle, flipping bearish, closing a strong bearish candle with a wick to fill. This current weekly candle is now retesting. Let me move the video over here. Retesting that 166 level, right? So are we retesting it to then continue down? Are we going to close at that level? Are we going to break through holding support to continue right back up and retest these highs? A lot of it really depends on the Japanese yen as well, right? Because we're in almost like here, let me go back over here. Yeah, so look at the Japanese yen here. Japanese yen, we're in a key area, right? The daily is failing to break above this previous bearish trend that we've been in over here, right? And we're just kind of tapping into this key area where we could very well end up continuing right back down to these lows over here because of their monetary policy. It's very weak. It's the weakest in the world, right? But as we know, they've been interfering with the currency, right? Trying to prop it up by buying bonds. And right now, price is just kind of like sitting right in this area over here. But we know that Great Britain has a not so hot of an economy right now as well. And right now, price is just basically consolidating between 166 and 160 over here, right? We're still back into this range over here. So looking at the current daily, yesterday closed bullish. All right, we're holding our support over here. Right at 164. Price is starting to come back up into that area, tapping into here. I'm going to mark off some of our levels on the lower time frames, but you have multiple areas right here that you could be looking at. You got that right there. You could also mark this off right here, which was our previous support, right? You got a support right over here as well, and then that resistance right there as well, right? So you have price kind of coming back into that area and almost like faking it out, right? So are we going to continue up into this area, back up to this area right up here around 169? So I'm just going to mark off 169. That's our next resistance here on the daily that we could be continuing up to, because the last 3 days including today. So the last 2 days, including today, are actually bullish on pound yen, right? So are we continuing up from here? And also, do we have any trends that we're currently following? I wouldn't say so. Excuse me. So now we're in that interesting area over here. Since 172, we've been making these lower highs. We've been making lower highs and lower lows coming down into 163,500, right? So we're holding support right there. And price is just kind of consolidating between these two areas. Right? So in here, it's very difficult to trade. Very similar to trading gold on the simulator that we've been doing the past week or two. All right, so price is just kind of sitting in this area. Very difficult to be taking trades. There's been a couple of opportunities in here, don't get me wrong, but they've been very difficult to be taking. I'm sure a lot of them don't qualify for some of the setups that you guys look for, right? So far, right now, we're tapping into this area. Could be the key area. Trend line could be right here. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of following it from these highs over here, and then obviously our high up here that we just formed. So right now we're starting to tap into that. Are we starting to break it? Maybe, maybe not. But what we are doing is forming these higher lows, as we know. And but price is failing to break above 166. You see all these rejections right here with these wicks right here. We need a clean close. And to get that clean close, we need some fundamentals to come out to push us through that area, especially like economic data. Retail sales fail to close above that area, at least on the 4-hour. But if we do close above that area, can we get ourselves up to 166, 800? Yeah, close to 167 up there. Now, what I would do is I mark off 166. I want to go by price action now. I want to mark that off with a horizontal line, but I think this can be moved right here. You got that previous little resistance that we ended up rejecting right here, also 166, but get the support, resistance, and then resistance right in here. So we keep rejecting that area. I'd much rather get that close above this area on the 4-hour. But looking at the 1-hour, let's see if we can adjust here. Yeah, it looks about right, right? We're just tapping into this area multiple times. It looks like we just rejected. We were holding support right down here. Tapping into this area, previous resistance as well. And we got that strong bullish close, but this candle is still rejecting the area. This candle closed like at resistance. It didn't close like a like something like this. If it closed like this, right? Then we could see like, oh, okay, maybe we're gonna create that bottom wick, flip bullish, oh, wrong tool, flip bullish, and then we could continue right back up, or get the classic break and retest with the bearish candles, weak bearish candles, and a strong bullish candle to continue up. Right? We didn't get that. We actually just got that close right at this level. So can we get a close above here to then continue up? That's what I'd be looking for right now, because you do have a fairly clean move, because you're then clearing out of here as well, right? You got that area, you got these wicks as well, got this area as well that you're clearing out of, and then you get the clean move. It's not like you're closing right in here and you got to worry about that resistance or that previous support to then start rejecting you like it is right now. Once you clear out of here, you get the clean move. Just wait for your setup and then take this out, right? But don't get me wrong, GJ has been very tough to trade. I could see why you guys may be in some drawdown this week, because this is tough to trade. These are some of the weeks you need to lower your risk, and make sure you're really waiting for your setups to be taking these. All right. Any questions on GJ?
All clear.
All clear? All right, cool. Looking at gold. Gold right now is obviously current weekly candle already created that bottom wick, past high of the previous candle. We have a very weak dollar right now against major currencies, because we've had some weak CPI and weak PPI, and you could argue that that's strong PPI, strong CPI, because we want it to be low right now in a high inflation environment. So it's really a weak CPI, which is good. So I'd much rather say it like that. But right now, the dollar right now is breaking that bullish trend that we've been sitting in over here and breaking previous levels, right? Little break and retest right here. Nice resistance form with a wick to fill. Looks like we're going to end up filling that wick, coming right down into our support right over here, right? So right now you could see why gold right now is on its way up. It could also be on its way up as well because of the missile that landed in Poland yesterday, sparking possible World War III people are talking about. But what I saw this morning on Forex Live is that there's no proof that this was a Russian missile. It could be excuse me. It could be a Ukrainian missile as well that accidentally friendly fire or whatever you want to call it ended up in Poland. So actually killed a couple of people, which is not good. Landed in a village. So I hope those people are all right. Not the ones that died, but the ones that may have been injured. But again, last week strong bullish candle, bottom wick formed, healthy, right past the high, and now we're continuing right back up to 1800, 1805. Somewhere in here, that previous resistance. But what was interesting to me, what I've been looking at is, and you'll see it on the lower time frames with the trend that we're in, was we're coming into these areas right here, like this entire area. If you just forget about this for a second, you got all these supports, right? This support right over here, which as you can see, price is starting to reach up to. Then you got this support right over here where price tapped into as well. This candle ended up rejecting that area, right? So could we end up just rejecting this area somewhere in here, right? This candle didn't have a top wick, so there's not much range for us to continue up. You have the clean move here to the left, which is why I have my zone there. And based on our price action, price should be coming up and mirroring this move to the left, but I want you guys to keep a lookout on this area to see if price is going to stall out at some point. And you'll see it on the trend line that I'll draw out in a second of the channel. But based on the daily now, daily looks like we're holding some kind of a support right here. That's that previous, actually I'll mark it right over here because that's our most recent price action. You got that previous resistance support over here to the left. You got the clean move coming up. We should be coming up into this area. But right now, are we going to exhaust at any point? Okay. So now what we see is some very strong bullish price action, right? Nice channel. Price respecting over here. There you go. So price ended up reaching up to that channel right over here where we ended up holding that consolidation, holding support right here, and then price just shot up into that resistance, previous resistance as well over here to the left. And then price ends up coming up into here, holding support right in this area, which I'm just going to adjust. Yeah, there you go. So right now, as you can see, yesterday, the day before, what we've had is some rejections of this area up here, right? And as you can start to see, these lows are starting to, we're holding higher lows, right? But are we starting to exhaust? If you look at the 1 hour, as you can start to see, if we reject this area, could we continue down into this area? Now, we trade what we see, not what we think, right? So we think this may be happening, but we don't know. Everything is still bullish right now, and you're just playing buys on gold just due to a weaker dollar right now, right? And the last 1 hour candle at 7 o'clock, the 6 a.m. candle ended up closing bullish, right? But again, we keep rejecting this area right here. So as you could start to see these lows or these highs over here, obviously we reached that trend line over here. These highs starting to get a little bit weaker as far as like coming down over here. So could you start to see like, and especially because we're rejecting this area right over here, we're not just going to take a sell from up here coming right down here blindly, right? We need to wait for certain things to happen, which I'll point out. But could you see price starting to exhaust up here, holding that resistance, and then maybe breaking this level right here, and then continuing right back down. Right? We need a little strength in the dollar right now, but I could see that happening. But safe sells are going to be right below here. You got a clean move here to the left that you could easily mirror, right? Definitely enough range as well. Got about 115 pips, 120 pips, right? Have you guys seen this before? Does this look familiar as far as following a channel here and then eventually starting to exhaust by respecting the highs up here? Anybody?
Yeah, well, it's just not really breaking the resistance. It's tried about 4 times to break it, so it's there's a particular level that it doesn't want to go past, and it's obviously weird.
Yeah, no,
It
this
looks
was
like it could be breaking down.
100%. This was PPI right here. This was the that missile the other day or yesterday, right? So we ended up reaching into this area specifically with PPI because that's what we were waiting for in the beginning of the week, right? And that ended up tapping into this high up here, but then rejecting and coming right back down to the support here, right? Then we push right back up with the same exact thing. We got that surprise move, rejected again. Need some water. And then this, we failed to reach that resistance and close above right over here, rejected again. But now we're bouncing off that key area, meeting up with the previous support, all in here, right? And the trend line support. So right now we are pushing up, and there's nothing telling us to sell. But this just the fact that we're starting to, lose some of that volume, it feels like we could get some kind of a pullback into here before either maybe continuing up or getting an even deeper pullback. I don't know. Gold's just been extremely bullish over here. So that's just it makes me think about that, right? But again, all we see is bulls. We just got a strong bullish candle close, but rejecting this area again. If you look at the 30-minute, 30-minute has this resistance right now. So we need, again, a strong bullish close above this area for us to know that, okay, maybe we have a nice move. And what do we need to break through an area like this? Kyung, I just went over it on GJ.
To break through it, we need a strong weak dollar.
We need fundamentals. We need strong fundamentals to push us through an area like this, right? And what do we have coming out today?
No, not checked.
Retail sales.
Okay.
I want you guys to make sure that before you guys hop onto the charts, you're always checking Forex Factory. There's I think it was Jamie that ended up getting caught in a trade because he didn't check Forex Factory a couple days ago. I think Quentin, you did a good job reminding him about that. But yeah, you got to check fundamentals. But that's what's going to push you through an area like this: strong fundamentals or strong economic data or some kind of news, right? Because right now we keep rejecting the area. We need a clean close, right? Maybe you get a weak bearish candle. Oh, I don't know why that became purple. Right? You could easily take this, stop loss down here, bottom wick forms, break the high and continue right back up. Right? But we need that close above like this for price to continue up. Make sense? But what I'm looking at when it comes to any kind of possible sells, you got this previous resistance now holding support. If we break below that area, I think I may end up taking this, lowering my risk because we're still in this range right here, right? Safer sells are going to be below this whole area right here. Once you break below here, you got safe sells coming right back down to that area, and you're breaking the trend line, the channel. right? So that's what I'd rather wait for, but I could definitely see price coming into here and mirroring this move here, right? I would just need to see something like this. Make sense? Or
Yes, sir.
we're getting retail sales coming out. And what time of the year is it right now? It's middle of November, right? So what does that tell you about where retail sales should be?
High.
High, right? Coming in the holiday season.
But
This
this
is
was for October's retail, so it should be a bit delayed though.
I think I would say retail sales for the holiday season would start in October. If you talk to some of your family members or like I know my wife's aunt, she already has all her Christmas shopping already done. And I know that's kind of abnormal, but I would say middle of October would be starting the holiday shopping season. Would that make sense to you guys? At least here in America, because we're all consumers over here.
Yeah, your wife is smart.
What's up, Carlos?
Your wife is smart.
It's not her. It's her aunt. Yeah, she
Oh,
got
okay.
all her Christmas shopping. I don't know if that's smart. I would say I would wait for Black Friday, get all mine done on Black Friday. Not all of it, but most of it. And then of course you wait for the last minute for some of it and you end up getting it done late in December. Um but yeah, I would say a lot of retail sales happen or really make that spike in November, but definitely October you could start to see some of that turnaround, if that makes sense. But what is the low CPI and PPI start to tell you guys? More so CPI about retail sales, how they could be interconnected. Anybody know?
Less consumer spending.
Yes, right. When you have lower inflation, that's obviously lower demand, right? So not as many people are buying. I think it's a good thing that our inflation is dropping right now, but that could be because people are hurting, right? It could be because we're starting to really feel the recession that we're in, and the government tells us we're not in, but we're actually in. Right. So that could be a hint for us for retail sales right now. So just keep that in mind. They're expecting a hike over here in retail sales month over month for October, and then also core retail sales as well. Right. So we'll see what ends up coming out at 8:30. We got about an hour and a half. Let's go back to seeing this over here. I want to see the 15-minute. See the 15-minute. We ended up holding this support and closing a strong 15-minute candle, but we closed below this level. We closed below these wicks, right? We didn't close like a strong bullish candle. Not that it would, because it's the 15-minute. I can't really see the 15-minute pushing through that area without without some strong fundamentals or before retail sales comes out. Excuse me. But if we get some strong retail sales coming out, right, expect some kind of a support held here on the dollar, and price could start to rally a little bit, and then you'll start to see that break of this support, and maybe we could take this thing down today. I want to see pre-markets today too. Do you guys want to see me break down US 30 right now, or does somebody want to start breaking down charts?
I want to see you break down yesterday.
Okay. Okay, pre-markets. Yeah, they're kind of mixed right now. They're pretty good for the week, but for today, US 30 is down a little bit. Now the reason why they've been good for the week but down a little bit is because of the PPI, right? When PPI is up like that or down like that, that signals to the Fed, okay, maybe we could continue to increase rates at the pace we've been doing of 75 basis points a hike, right? So that's going to affect the market. Everything that happens in the market when it comes to data and stuff like that, a lot of it is already marked in. You can see gold right now starting to reject that area. Right, kind of hard. Get that close below. I think I'll be taking this here, depending on the setup that we get. All right, so I will break down US 30 for you. This is gold. Anybody have a question so far? You guys are good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, I could. This is just me saying this. Maybe this could be a nice highlight, but I could definitely see us rejecting this area and then continuing down because I've seen this before where you start to form that double top, triple top somewhere up here, and price is starting to get closer to the to the support rather than the resistance of the channel, right? And we start to reject this area. You start to get a nice move coming down this way, breaking the channel. Maybe we come up to retest it, and then we continue right back down. We'll see. I'm interested because we're a little overextended here, if I'm being honest. Look at that. Gold, like people are I could see people getting trapped up here thinking that it is inevitable for price to reach this resistance of 1800, and it very well could be, right? But I could see a lot of people getting trapped here. We get the pullback coming into here, hold support, and then we continue up. Yeah, just keep that in mind. But again, all we see is bulls right now, and price is just pushing up. So you're just pretty much taking buys until certain levels are broken. All right, GJ. GJ ended up closing bearish right here, rejecting that level again. Let's go to US 30. Let's remove all of this. All right. So a couple levels that we have marked off here, 37,000. The absolute highs of all time on the Dow, right? Price ended up reaching over here. And since January 1st, we've been in this bear market coming all the way back down to 29,000. The previous highs before COVID. These were the all-time highs on the US stock market over here before COVID crashed us. And then we completely doubled our market right here in the span of 2 years. Right? Completely doubled. Corrected it completely coming up into this area and then did the same exact thing, the same exact distance pretty much coming all the way to 37,000. Right? But now we corrected a lot of that move coming right back down to these previous highs. And now we actually got more of a surprising move to me, at least. A nice bounce off that area. I knew we would get a solid bounce, right? Where we could come into this area and then possibly continue down, but we got a strong bounce over here. Bottom wick formed past high the previous candle right here. And right now we are tapping into this whole region right here, around 34,000. Remember 33,000 before interest rates came out, right? That was a big deal. And then we ended up pushing through it with some weaker CPI. Now, looking at the weekly, we are sitting at a resistance. And guess what? Looks awfully similar right here. Does this price action right here look similar to this price action? And then this candle, does that look similar?
To some extent.
Yeah.
What's it? To some extent, yeah. So could we get something like this, possibly? If, let's say, we get really bad retail sales because inflation's down. I don't know, that's going to be a long time for that to happen, but we need to see some panic in the market. Maybe we're coming up into this area over here. We may end up consolidating for a week or two or a couple of weeks until the Fed ends up announcing that they're increasing rates by 75 basis points, and then we take this thing right back down to 29,000. That makes sense? Or at least down into some of these areas over here, these previous supports. Looking at the daily, I just want to revisit gold for a second. We just got that strong bearish close in the 15-minute, 30-minute right now so far is bearish, right? But can we close below this area? Clean move to mirror, clean moves. All right, so now we're tapping into this area up here. Just gonna adjust that. Previous resistance, support, resistance, resistance, and right now we're tapping into that area as well, right in here. Right, so these are weak bearish candles, and this candle so far is bullish. So if the daily is bullish, we know the lower time frames are bullish as well, holding a support, right? previous resistance right up here with that bullish candle, and then you could drag that to the left as well. Right? So can we break below that level? We're now holding this higher low here and then here as well. But we'll see what they look like on the lower time frames. But so far, we've gotten 2 consecutive days of rejections of 34,000 perfectly. 34,000 is that level, which I'm actually just going to mark off here. Almost got it. 34,000, and then we got 33,000, which is a big deal as well. Mark off some horizontal lines. Yeah. So let's see. 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour. Starting to reject this area right here. And as you can see, we've been respecting this trend. Right? And channel. You don't really have to mark that off there, but what you could start to see is that we're starting to exhaust up here, kind of like what gold is doing right now, right? We're failing to break above these areas. We're now created this low down here. We're coming up into this whole area to hold a resistance. Are we going to continue down to that low? But the more important thing is, are we going to break 33,400, retest it, and then continue right back down? Mirroring these moves to the left back down to 32,600 or 500, right? That would tell you, because we keep rejecting this area up here, right? And now we break our nearest support. Now we retest it, and then we get the clean move to the left. I'd be aware of 33,200 right here. But once you break that, you're definitely coming back down and mirroring that move. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
That's the 4 hour. Awesome. Okay, now this gets a little tricky here. Range, big range, right? Holding resistance right in here, right? Right now we're sitting in this range as well. Gotten some pretty strong bearish candles closing the past couple hours, rejecting our areas up here. That's kind of that midway point of the trend line, or the consolidation right now. So we keep rejecting that area, support, resistance, right? Resistance, and then here as well. Now, are we going to continue down here, or are we rejecting this area right now? Right? This candle's starting to flip bullish. This is a range, right? It's very difficult to trade in here. Very difficult for you to take impulse sells right here to continue down. You really need to wait for your setups for you to do anything like that. Our more recent support right here. Price ended up closing below 32,600, right? Strong close below, low created. Are we coming up to retest this area to then continue down? This is what you would want to look for if you're going to take any sells. I'd be securing somewhere right here, right? And then letting it go right around that area. And then maybe even letting the runner go, breaking that area. But knowing that we've rejected this area multiple times, we could tap into this area at any time and end up rejecting. So you want to be securing somewhere in here, or I would say right here. But we'll see if that's something that we get over here. But again, safer buys are going to be above this resistance right here, above 32,720, because you got some fairly clean moves to the left here that you can mirror in this range. Got it?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Let's see what's 30. Carlos, you got any questions? Anything you want to point out?
No, not really. Just I guess I like watching you break down US 30, I guess for like future references, just learning experience right now.
Absolutely. Till you guys get better. Let's see if that's something that we get here. If not, if we break back into this area, we're just ranging here. This could be a fake out to continue up. If you look over here as well, this could be like that third tap right over here. right? We close back into this area, but I think safer buys are going to be above here. More specifically, above 34,000 or 33,000 700, because then you're breaking structure here and you got these moves. Let's go back to gold, still rejecting, right? But can we close below support here? All right, who can break down Euro JPY for us?
I'll go for it.
Good shit, buddy. All right. Let's see what you can do with Jamie's pair.
Man, good thing he ain't here to watch.
He said he might pop in. He can't trade with us pretty much all week because he's I guess he said he's babysitting people at work. He's got new people in from out of town, so he'll be able to hop on Friday, but that's about it. But he said he might be able to pop in today, but yeah, let's see what you can do on this one.
All right, let's see. So first thing, it looks like right here. Oh, looks like right here. Hold on, or I'm sorry, I wanted to bring this down right here. This is the previous support being held right here.
Yep.
I wanted to erase the first one.
So you want
No,
this
no.
one?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. About right here. Get that support, resistance right in here, support, resistance, resistance, and then support. Does that look good for you?
Yes, sir. And then right here looks like this right here is the recent highs or the previous highs.
Okay.
So what I see right now looks like, it's just in some sort of consolidation, or it's just keep creating higher highs. So
We're creating higher lows right now.
yeah, my bad, higher lows.
You good?
So as far as this time frame, I think I'm good with those two being those two with the support and the resistance.
Okay. What are we doing with this price action right now?
Right there,
Like-
looked like it looks like it was a fake out. It's a bearish candle. So it looks like it's just holding some support right here.
Not so much a fake out, but like let's break down the previous candles and wicks like we say we're gonna do before taking a trade. Like what ended up happening here? Break this down. So we had this previous resistance, right?
Right.
136, and then what happened? Once we broke through it.
It pulled back and it created a support
Okay.
and then just kept pushing up.
Yep. It retested that high, right? Pushed up, closed above, clean close above. Now is this candle coming down to retest that area to possibly continue up? Again, all these time frames are the same. So the monthly right now came down into this area the first half of the month. Second half of the month, could it be flipping bullish right now?
Right. Yeah, possibility since it created the bottom wick.
Mm-hmm. All right. So weekly?
Yes.
All right. Now what are we seeing right here? You don't even really need the price action to the left anymore.
Right. Yeah. So right here looks like it was doing the same thing. Like it broke out of it broke out of this area right here.
Beautiful. I'm just gonna
And
move that
going
right
back
there.
to retest that level.
Yep. So the current weekly candle retested and is holding a strong support so far, right? Previous resistance. So the daily now is a little bit of a mess, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but so yeah, it looks like right here around this area. Looks like it created a support,
Okay. Yeah, it was holding.
holding on support. So what I would like to see is, the same thing as it was doing, like just break this area right here and maybe do like a retest. But I know it's still the daily time frame.
Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. So what I'm looking at here. Yeah, we had this resistance right over here that we were holding as support, and we were holding as a resistance right here, but now we're breaking right back up into it, right? And I agree. We have this area right here that we got to look at, that we could be tapping into to hold a resistance and another lower high, right? But let's look at the lower time frames. It might give us a better idea. Yeah. So now when it's getting difficult, what's the most recent support and resistance? Okay.
Return. Yeah, because right here, just this is a little just messy for me.
What if we did this? Now this, it could be very much well this previous resistance right here, right, with these wicks, because it's the 4 hour. But what it looked like over here, again, breaking down the previous candles and wicks, we were holding a strong support in this area, right? We just kept rejecting this area over here. We pushed up, held support, pushed back up into this resistance again, came all the way back down to grab liquidity in here. Then we got this strong bullish close. And ever since then, we've been closing strong bullish 4 hour candles and closed above these candle bodies over here. So are we coming down to retest that area and then continue up? Or is this our resistance right here? And we're just kind of ranging in between there. But we got to look at the 1 hour here. Yeah, 1 hour. Very difficult to break down here. Just want to see a couple things here. Yeah, this is a hard one to break down right now. But again, most recent support and resistance. I think we can. No. I would keep this here because you see that rejection.
Yeah,
Multiple rejections here. So I would keep that right there, and we need a strong close above that area to mirror this move, correct?
yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, this is hard. Now, any kind of sells, do you see any kind of area for safe sells?
Yeah, possibly like anything under this level right here.
Okay. I like that. Beautiful. Yeah. Once you break below that area, look what happened last time and here as well. So if we could break below here, you have the fairly clean move, even though it's all a range. But if you get a good setup right here, maybe you could take this down. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
Good job, man. I know it's difficult. It's a very hard pair to break down right now based on its price action, but you did an alright job. Let me see.
Thank you.
You get that resistance right there. We're creating these lower highs so far. So can we end up breaking into this area, creating another lower high and continuing down? I think the reason why we've been holding this resistance right up here for the past couple weeks is because of what's it called? The intervention in the Japanese yen. So that's why we've had that pullback. Difficult pair to break now. All right, let's revisit gold. Gold ended up getting another bearish candle close, right? Starting to reject that area. We need a strong setup right here. Doesn't have to do the full retest here. What I want to see is at least a strong close. All right. Strong close. Top wick formed. Flip bearish. Continue down maybe. Or a classic break and retest. But we got retail sales coming out in an hour. And if they're going to be strong, which they're expecting, you could see this actually happening and price continuing down. And I think that's what it's kind of lining up for. But this current 15-minute candle has no top wick. It's just pushing down. Same thing with the 30-minute as well. And then the 1 hour has not even closed bearish yet. All right, so it's just be patient. A lot of people get trapped right here. Let's go over to GJ. GJ's rejecting that area multiple times. I'm actually just gonna adjust this here. Yeah, failing to break above that area, probably because of the CPI. All right, Sammy, you want to break something down for us? Sammy boy. Damn, nothing, huh? Sergio, Keon, Quinn.
I'll do one.
Okay, there you go.
Can we do Dex?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do the DAX. Which liquidity
G-
provider?
Try
DAX 40?
try GR40.
Okay.
That's probably a better one.
And while I set this up, I'm just gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
There we go. All right, give me 1 second.
Oh my god. Joke.
Yo, sorry about that, guys.
All good, all good.
Had to light a fire for my wife. We got 4 inches of snow last night.
Yeah, I saw it on your Instagram. Yeah, it's quite. Is it excited?
Yeah,
Is it
it's nice. It's I
4
spent so
inches?
much. The only unfortunate part of that is I spent so much time blowing those leaves, and like now I don't really get to enjoy the yard. Good job, man. All good levels. All right. Awesome. Very similar to the Dow. Right, world indices are up
Yeah, it moves the same. Or I think most of the indices move the same with global news.
100%.
What happens in the US affects the rest of the world.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What happens in the US affects the rest of the world.
Yes. Yes, 100%. Yo, Kyung, I forgot to tell you, we watched this video yesterday of this we were talking about like having like hidden libraries, where
Hidden.
like you open up a door, um uh what's it called? It's like a hidden door that opens up to a big library or like a man cave, something like that. Quentin was saying that's something he would want. So we were looking at one on YouTube towards the end of the session, and the video on YouTube, we literally thought it was you speaking.
Okay.
I
So you got
swear
it
to
straight
God.
for me.
They'll all say the same thing. I'll play it for you later on, but yeah, it was hilarious. We're like, is that Keon? All right, weekly.
Cool. Weekly. So you
30
zoom
on
in a little.
gold looks awfully nice right now.
I went on Instagram to see the snow, and I ended up on the picture of your dog in some sort of blanket.
That's his little outfit. Yeah, this little flannel because he's so small, like he needs to stay warm.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's
Can you
fine.
zoom in a little bit?
What's up?
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yes. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out.
Zoom out. I
Always,
was gonna say.
always get them too confused.
You good?
God, it's pretty messy in here. So okay, see if that's resistance here, crossing and some very choppy market across here. So it's April and July. I'm not sure what's happening in there.
Man, gold called to the T. That's rejecting that level. Okay.
Oops. Yeah, that should be it right at the moment. Looks very messy now. I don't know why on this chart.
Um.
Looks like gaps.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps. This was the only German 40.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's all the same. It just doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Okay. And you wanted these levels?
Yeah, let's keep them. Let's keep them for a time being.
Okay.
Let's probably see what it looks like in the lower time frames.
Okay. Daily.
Yep. Daily, daily, daily. This particular, oh, where's my arrow? This particular, can we move it up slightly higher, please? This
Of
line.
course. Good job. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. And what else have we got?
What psychological level are we rejecting right now?
14,240 roughly. Wait,
Oh yeah.
actually, no, sorry. I mean, where this 14,600.
Yeah, well, yeah, up here we are, but I'm saying currently, I was gonna say 14,400 right here, right? We're
Okay,
kind
yeah.
of like playing inside of this area, right? We're trying to see where price is gonna go. Are we actually holding support with that minor bullish candle right now, or um are we actually flipping to continue right back down to here? Actually, I'm giving all the answers away. My bad.
No, it's fine. I was actually, believe it or not, I was thinking about marking here, but I thought we only have here. That's one, two resistance, and here's kind of like just break straight through it. But also there's fundamentals. Which I forgot what happened last week. I think it was what news was it that pushed up everything last week? I'm trying to look back to remember. But yeah, let's anyway. We've got one resistance here, like you said, it could push down. We've got a, we've got oh, we've got resistance here, resistance here. Then here will be next resistance as well. So I'm just going to look for some minus of any minus. So we've got a support drawn across here.
Mhm.
There's no price near it that we can draw any other lines that I can see right now. Actually, there is a trend line I can draw. It's a trend. It's not. Is it really a trend line? I don't know if you can draw it better on your tool.
Yeah, you might be able to
Touching
draw
a
that.
bit lower.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
yes, it's about touching 2 points, and we can say that this particular point here was rejected, but I still didn't really touch both hitting that zone. And also, we've got a resistance as well, so you can say it's a slightly trend line. It's more or less, well, I want to say it's horizontal, but it's still a like small slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we go down to the 4 hourly, please.
Yep. Now we can adjust that a little bit on top here. There you go.
Perfect.
So now looking over here. Yeah, this is nasty. These gaps.
It's quite common, I've noticed, with DAX, where it's normally a big push up. With many pairs, big push up, then it will consolidate for a while before it waits for major news to come
Yep.
out or any direction.
Great point. Most pairs do that, especially commodities and indices.
Yeah,
You'll
so
like
just
reach a
waiting for
key.
some.
You'll reach a key area, consolidate, and then figure out where you want to go from there.
Yeah, so right now we're in a no trade zone completely. It's not giving us any directions, but it's good to stay out of it, which I have been doing. Yeah, if we can zoom out, so I want to see stuff on the left. Could you move a bit more to the left? I can't see where the current price is.
Right now, zoom in here.
Yeah, and I just move it, drag it across to the left because I can't see where the current price is.
Left or right?
Left. I just
Yeah,
want to
but
see where the current price is.
oh, we're current prices. Okay,
Yeah, so I was going where I can draw
that's what I
some
was-
lines.
there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Sure. So we've got it's 3-0. Oops, what happened there? Oh, no, that's fine. So what I'm seeing right now, it's obviously we're on a trend line, and we've probably got at current price 14,400. We've got 200 pips to move up to next resistance.
Mhm.
200 pips is not a lot for DAX. I think it moves on average around 300 pips a day when I looked
Mhm.
into ATR.
Mhm.
So if there was bearish, it would, well, it would definitely smash past this comfortably because it's only about 130 pips in a day. It could easily move past there.
Mhm.
So I'd say the next sell zone, safe sell zone, if we get bearish passes this line here, and it next TP will be around here.
Okay. So I'm looking at this too. I'm thinking like we have a support that was formed right here and then respected again right over here. So for me, I wouldn't take anything in between these two areas. And then like you were saying, like you want to look to the left to see the price. Yeah, you got a clean move at least coming down into this resistance right here. Right?
Yep.
And it could very easily push through just like it did with this move right here. Right? But that might be an area if you get like that break and retest here. That might be an area you want to you know, grab some profits and then continue this thing down. But
Yeah,
right now, go ahead.
the safe sell would be here because obviously I think like you said, I think the safe sell would be here. But if I did sell around, as the bearish kind of come past here and it's a top wick form, we can definitely sell down here, take some profit. But I think a safe sell, if I decide if there was one, it would be here downwards.
Okay, I like that. Safe sells right below this area. Okay, so below 14,000. Yeah, 14,000.
Yeah, probably a psychological level as well. It's nice round number as well.
Yeah. Looking at gold over here. All right. Okay. So yeah, your DAX doesn't look like this with the gaps and everything.
Um, you know what? DAX 40. I'm actually using DAX 40, the one I'm using actually looking at right now. But I do like to use GER 40, but it's all fine. This
Yeah,
when
how
it was
come
on
you
a
picked
high
this
time
one?
frame. Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying on a high time frame because I'd rarely go to the monthly. It looks a bit wrong to me, but now
Yeah.
I see on a lower time frame, it looks much better. It's fine now.
Okay.
So,
All right,
yeah,
30
so,
minutes.
yeah.
So you're just nothing inside here is what you're saying.
Say that again.
You're not taking anything inside of here.
Well, we've got hunters. We've got between the two ranges, this one and this one is about 300 pips.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on average day's range. So there's enough gap for us to take movements. We can. I'm just literally drawing some lines now, just looking. And
Okay.
so here would be the obvious support. Here looks like we just liquidity grab. Looks like it was from both candles. It can push further lower and it rejected this support. So then it's obviously just gone up and it tried to come down again. And there's support. When we look back, there's quite a lot of price consolidated here.
Mm-hmm.
Then just looking for a resistant now. Not really clear. Actually, yeah, I'm just going. No, we scrap that.
Yeah, I was looking at this area too.
Yeah, I thought it's a bit. Well, I scrapped it. I thought, I could see lots of support formed on the left, but at the same time, I'm just thinking it's crossing across lots of these prices. There is a resistant here, but current price action looks a bit just like it's resting right there. So I thought it's not much.
I'd like to see a little retest of this area. All right. If this area holds a resistance, I think we're good to continue down. At least
Yes.
tapping into this area right here, which now you're meeting up with that 200 EMA.
Yeah, I just saw the prior 3-4 candles. There's lots of long bottom wicks. It looks like just grabbing liquidity and just want to push up. That's why I thought it's not really. It could be it could be a support turn resistant area, that place. Because also on the left is we've got a couple of places where we tapped as a support, then resistant. And here obviously there was, as I mentioned, there's a couple of lower wicks. Looks like lower wicks, so maybe need to zoom in to double check on it. But it looks like these are lower wicks, grabbing liquidity, and we could push up as well.
Okay. I like it. It makes sense. I mean, I don't know how valid the trend line really is.
It's not the best trend line. It's not really much of a slope, I think it was.
Let's sit down again.
Normally I like to add a trend line onto it, but this one seems a bit. It's a trend line, it's a family trend line, it's 2 taps.
I think it was more. Well, you typically want a 3 tap
Yeah.
trend line to make it valid. That's pretty much the rules. But it looks like this was the trend line. We were just respecting lower highs, lower lows. Then all of a sudden we broke and retested it. And now we've just kind of been chugging up this way. I would get rid of this one. And
Yeah.
just as you can start to see, we're a little overextended here. We're starting to exhaust, but we are holding support right now. So once you break below, you could play the pullback coming into either here or either here and then continuing right back up, or we hold support right now and then continue up from there.
That's fine. Yeah, that
Makes sense?
yeah, that's all fine with me. Looks like what I was saying. It could. Well, we need to see more price action where the price goes before, but it could. I can see why you say it could go up or down depending on what we see later.
Yep. Yeah, that's price action. You're just waiting to see what price ends up doing in these areas. Now if we break above 14,400, I think we could continue up to this like triple top up here around 14,600. Just keeping an eye on gold over here.
Actually, that's I saw on the left, it looks like a head and shoulder, and I was just thinking at the current price session, it's a head and shoulder as well, but it can't really, it doesn't look like one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, it really does look good right there. All that resistance right there. You just play this thing coming down.
Mhm.
Good job, man.
thank you.
All right, so looking over here now at GJ, still rejecting this area. We need a clean close above that area to continue up to 167. And now gold right now ended up breaking below that area. So we created a low. Can we hold as a resistance and then continue down with retail sales, with some good retail sales? Now, for me, what I'm doing is I'm kind of live back testing. After getting this close below, I'm more live back testing the close below, the retest right over here with a stop loss, kind of playing the pullback here. Thinking that your stop is safe right up here, right above that resistance, because you got this double top, right? That came into this area. You get the close below the previous resistance right here. If as long as we hold the resistance and get good retail sales coming out, I think this thing can continue down. Does that make sense? It's not something I typically play. It's not really my typical scalp setup, but this is more of like an intraday live back test. I want to see how it plays out. Okay, so the 15-minute just closed below that level. We know the 1 hour closed below that level as well with a wick to fill. Strong bearish close. And last time we were in this area, we rejected here, but right over here, when we actually closed up here, we got strong bearish candles coming down this way. So that's what I'm looking to see what happens. That makes sense to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good to me.
30-minute candle closed below with a wick to fill. This one forming that top wick. Can we continue down right now? Let's see if we hold that resistance. Yeah, 4 inches of snow. Oh shit. Let's take a look at Quentin's trade right now. I forgot you sent that over, buddy. Gotta remind me.
Yeah, no problem. I was going to after finish the breakdown.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's see what we could have done differently. Oh, one thing with the journal. Oh, you got them. Okay. About to call you out for no higher time frame.
Yeah, I have it in the other, like in the opposite order that you have them. You have the daily
Oh, okay.
down.
Doesn't matter. It's all up to you.
Yeah,
I
no
mean, I
problem.
know Miles, when Miles does his journals, it's all over the place. It'll be 15-minute daily, 5-minute, 4 hour. Like it's like all over.
Yeah, I like to organize it to have like the higher time frames up top and
Okay.
going down.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, so okay, we're breaking off over here. Obviously, you know we're in this range, right? Strong 1 hour candle, created that top wick, grab liquidity up here, which I like, and pass low the previous candle over here. This, from what I'm looking at in the 1 hour, could have been a potential scalp right here with your stop loss up here, but it's better to wait for the close below this area. Yeah, you got the close below, but yeah, this stop loss is too tight, buddy. You know, if you're gonna take this, what I would do is put it somewhere in the middle of this range, because at any point, even if we make this push down, at any point we could come up back up into this area, especially in the range, right? We could react to this area right here. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the trade. I like the thought process behind it. Yeah, see, this is the same exact setup that we saw on Monday, right, Sergio?
Yeah, it was exactly this.
Right? What I say? What do you want to wait for?
That bottom wick.
No, what I want to, if we have the bottom wick, right? If say this
Yeah.
is a bottom wick, this candle closes like that, which I like. Top wick form, we pass below that candle. In a trending market, this thing plays out almost every time.
Yeah.
But with a consolidating market with no bottom wick and a bullish close, we need candles to close in our direction. So wait for this 15-minute, at least wait for the 15-minute to close bearish, right? And then once it does, then you could take this thing down. Did it end up playing out? Oh, shit. I lost it. Yeah, this one right here. So we need, okay. Well, good job managing risk, right? Because this candle closed. This is almost the exact same setup from Monday. And this is where, like, you guys are going to start to build that intuition with each of your pairs. You're going to know the way they move. You're going to know what you want to wait for now. Do you remember seeing us talk about that, Quentin?
Yeah, yeah. I was in the same trade.
Okay. Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just me and Sergio. Okay, cool. So you got to learn from it.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense to you now, though?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely makes sense. I was just really thinking that volume from CPI and that strong close could push it down, like, and give it the and be the reason, like, be a good enough reason to take it, not waiting for the candle to close, but obviously it wasn't.
Again, like I said, if this had the bottom wick and we're in the trending market, bearish trending market, sure. But right now we're really consolidating in here. I know obviously the support isn't right here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And then, you know, if you would have, for me, if I'm taking this on the 15-minute, strong close, this bullish candle close, now I'm going to wait for this candle to close. Oh, wait a minute, it closed a very weak 15-minute candle. So now I'm going to expect an even deeper pullback here, and then I'm going to wait for my 30-minute candle to close bearish, and then I could take this down. Now, great job on the journal. Only thing I would do differently, and this is something I would typically put in my later analysis, is the after picture, right? Like what happened after this. You have the time, the day. You don't have the session, but that's okay. But this is where you just want to write to yourself in the description and tell yourself, like, just wait for this candle to close in the consolidating market. Write down everything I just said.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
There's a
Okay.
lesson from everything. Just keep reviewing that now, right? And then just keep going through all your trades, just the successful ones, the bad ones, the good ones, everything, the ones that you missed, and you're going to start to build some confidence, especially with the past couple of weeks. Like if you keep going back the past couple of weeks, you're going to realize what recent price data is telling you and what some of the recent moves have been. And now you can start to implement those. And right now, the most important thing for you, and also Sharjeel, is not to take any experimental setups right now. Just live back test some of these setups that you haven't really seen yet, right? Don't try to push anything or anything like that. Just wait for your setups, wait for candles to close, and take the most opportune setups. You're going to be taking less trades throughout the week, but they're going to work out. and you're going to start to build your confidence again.
Okay.
That's why I always tell you guys, like, focus on the work that you put in every single day. That's got to be a main focus. But as far as your trading career goes, think in terms of years. This is something I was telling Z yesterday. Think in terms of years, because like you're going to go through these periods and you're going to need some time to get out of these periods. You're going to need a week or two to kind of, turn yourself out of it. So, everything isn't going to just happen, out of nowhere. It's not just going to happen like that. It's got to take some time here.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, if you guys, this goes for anything. If you guys think in years, right? If you guys think in years, you guys will be beating everybody, because most people just think in short term. And I was telling him the secret to that is the more you think in long term, the more likelihood you're going to get your short term little milestones, right? That you're always pushing for. If you think about those short term milestones and you need to get them every single day, every single week, then you're never going to get them. Got to think in long term. It's one thing that I always go over with you guys when it comes to forming that trading plan. Look at the long term. I'm in this for the long run. I'm not just trying to make a quick buck. I'm trying to build a career here, trying to build a skill set that anybody that I know, my family, friends, anybody is willing to give me a certain amount of money, and they know that I could turn that into whatever they need it to be. You're building a skill set. It's looking good right here before retail sales, huh? I want you guys to journal this, because we've been rejecting this area multiple times. And you're starting to get exhaustion in the channel. Get what I'm saying? Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, since you guys show up all the time, I respect your opinions. Do you guys like starting at 6:30, or would you rather start a little bit later, a little bit towards the New York's Open, and then maybe go until maybe 9:30?
That's a good question, because don't they got more volume at that time?
We do have a lot more volume at that time. I just want to make sure that we're fitting all your schedules as well.
Right.
So you want to start at 7?
That's what I was saying. Like, if we start at 7 and we go till around 9:30.
Yeah, that would fit my schedule.
That would fit your schedule? Okay. Quentin, how about yourself?
Yeah, that'd be good for me.
That'd be good. Would you guys like this? Or
Yeah, I feel like we've had less volume than we used to have uh at 6, 7 a.m.
yeah. We
Like
used to
I
get some
felt,
nice moves.
yeah, it's
And
shifted a bit towards a little bit later in the session.
yes,
So that would make sense too.
100%. Carlos, you said you would like that?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Cool.
I feel like yeah, I feel like after we leave the stream, like I feel like that's when everything happens.
Mm-hmm. And
So
it's it's still good, because like we're prepping each other for and I'm prepping you guys for what's going to be coming later on as well. But if we're on the live stream, I think it's a little bit better. But Kyung and Sammy, I know Kyung stepped away for a second, but Sammy, is that good for you? Sammy must have stepped away. I think we're gonna start doing that. 7 a.m. wake up call. Not wake up call, but 7 a.m. live stream.
Yeah, it could be a good thing. Yeah,
Well, let's try it.
I mean it's just half an hour difference, so
Exactly. It kind of pushes things a little bit forward. And then once we're done with the breakdown, it's like, all right, now we're getting 7:30 volume, and we could start like implementing some of these trades.
yeah.
And then 8 o'clock, Yeah, I think that'd be good. Carlos, tell me about the deck, buddy. It's been challenging, huh?
Yeah, it's been challenging, but
I'm proud of you for doing it though, and
Thank you.
sticking with it. This is the hardest part. Eventually, it gets a lot easier. I promise.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Just like like you said in the DMs, just at least do one more. Tell myself one more, two more, and before I know it's gonna be a reflex.
One guy that I really follow as a leader, I follow Jocko Willink. I follow Ed Milet, who I'm about to tell you about, David Goggins. There's a couple of different people that I really like, get their expertise and really respect their opinions on certain things. And Ed Milet, oh, also Patrick Bet-David, and also Alex Hormozy. But Ed Milet has this book. It's called The Power of One More, and he talks about his dad quitting alcohol, and you know he was I think he would ask his dad like, how are you going to get through this or something like that. He's like, Ed, I'm just looking for one more day of sobriety. So he did that one more day for years, right? And he never drank again after that, and he became a great father, great husband. There's also another story behind that too, but I would read that book, Carlos. I think you would like it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna look into that then.
The Power of One More. Let me see. I can look that up for you. Let's see if there's like a video of him talking about it. Yeah, they're all like super long. But this is the book. Carlos, you see that second video?
Yeah. I'm looking it up on Amazon right now.
Okay. Highly recommend that. But yeah, if you go, and the reason I'm talking about that with Carlos right now is because if he's doing this deck of cards, he's been getting through around like 12 or 13, and it's been a little difficult for him. So I'm just telling him, like, try one more card, because every single time that you guys get that tired, you guys got 40 to 60% left that you guys could keep going. Your minds are just tricking you into the fact that it's too hard. You guys got more in you.
The Power of One More by Ed Milet, right?
Ed Milet, yes, sir.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Great book. He's got another book, short book too. But it's really good. What do you guys think about this move?
Playing out well.
Sure.
Would you have secured at this area?
Yeah. So probably I would take a little piece off. 26 pips is the stop loss. Yep. So we're right at 1-to-1 right here. So this is a spot, especially before retail sales. I'd be cutting off a little piece off. Maybe like 50%. Because I've been really working on letting my trades run and letting them run to my full TP. Obviously, having your secure points and cutting percentage off, but like cutting a little bit less. Instead of 80%, instead of 90%, it's more like 50%. Especially like, it depends on the setup, right? Every setup is different. But yeah, depending on the setup, that's something I would I'd be focusing on. But I'm anticipating good retail sales to come out just because of the holiday season coming out and how they're expecting it as well. And I expect a downward move on gold here. Did we not call this out to the T? I know this isn't your setup, so you guys aren't going to be taking this just yet. But I just wanted to point this out to you, how we just keep rejecting here. Does it make sense to you?
As this trade's going against the trend, I guess we would lower our position size.
Lower your risk?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. Oh, by the way, before we get retail sales coming out, I want to show you that video.
Okay. Interesting.
Am I the only one that thought that, Quentin?
No, you were right. You were right.
We literally thought it was you speaking.
It's pretty difficult for me to agree because I rarely hear my voice
Of
played
course.
back.
Oh, mate, I think you're gonna agree.
Yeah, no, of course. No, nobody thinks they look like somebody else when someone tells you that or sounds. But yeah, listen to this kid. I thought it was you.
So my house was built about 500 years ago.
Wait, this right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, this is a photo of this room taken in 1870. Behind that bookshelf, you can
He's a little bit more like perked up a little bit. We thought it was you running the video.
Now this is all done, I can see that there are actually some screws I need to take out now.
No, I can hear an American accent. No, it's got sounds.
You hear an
nothing like-
American accent?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Wow. Yeah, no, this is an English accent. Listen to him.
Can't hear anything right now. But if it's-
Oh, wait, hold on. Am I not sharing sound?
Be a hole.
Now,
that
can you
leads to
hear?
another room? There's also this really creepy staircase that leads up there. So I made it upstairs, and the first thing I saw was this massive wasp's nest. So this room is actually huge. My light won't even reach that far. Looks like
Can you
there's
hear him?
something over there.
Yeah, I can.
Some steps over there. So creepy.
Probably
I'm
not.
running
You,
out of
you don't
time,
hear
so
it?
I'll post this in the next
I
video.
think I see where you guys coming from.
Back for a part
Possibly.
two, seeing what's in the
Possibly.
hidden room behind the bookshelf. Before then, I thought
It's the beginning. The beginning is just like, oh my god, I thought that was
So
here.
my house was built about 500 years ago.
You
A
hear him?
little while back, we were clearing up these bookshelves.
Yeah, I did hear
All behind
video
the
of me
empty hollow.
speaking not
This
too
is a
long
photo of
ago.
this room taken in 1870.
You
Yeah, I
heard a
see where
video
you
of you
guys coming
speaking?
from. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, naturally, I don't hear how my voice sounds recorded, but I did hear a playback of my voice not too long ago through something. And
Okay.
yeah, I think I do see where you guys are coming from. Yeah, fair enough.
A little bit. Yeah, you're never gonna think you sound like someone else, you know? Looking at gold over here. Gold ended up retracing back up to the hour. So we got about 9 minutes left for retail sales. See what we get. Yeah, it is cold.
Steph, have you ever asked Jamie, does he miss the cold? Or that?
Does he miss the cold? What, being up in New York?
No, it being in. No, Jamie, because he lives in Florida. Always
Oh,
wondered.
I don't know. I think people enjoy the Florida weather. It does get hot, but I think I would enjoy it. I don't mind the cold, but at the same time, I do love Florida weather.
Yeah, I mean, I've realized when it's hot and sunny, you get more stuff done. You're more lively. You're more happier naturally. And I was wondering, do people actually get sick of it? I was always wondered.
Yeah, I didn't hear that last part.
No, I was just wondering, do people ever get sick of being in the sun all the time? Do they
Yeah, I
prefer
mean,
like cooler weather?
you know what I would probably get sick of is California weather, where it's always 70 degrees, which is not bad, but I would I don't know. I feel like I get sick of that. I like the different, like we get in Jersey. I would say we get the perfect um different, like the perfect weathers, the quintessential type of weather when it comes to the season. So fall is like typical, you know, anywhere from 40 to 60 degrees. You got the leaves falling and trees like beautiful. Then you got spring. Spring is like beautiful. It's like a nice hint of summer, but it's still like a little cold. You get every now and then you get some 70-degree days. Summer is like anywhere from 70 to 95, 100 sometimes. And then winter is like we're getting snow. If you go down to North Carolina, South Carolina, you're not getting any of that snow.
That's what we get in France, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, we're both in the same kind
Yeah,
of level, I would say.
I think so.
Actually, you guys are a little bit. Europe is higher than the US. So if we look at Google Earth,
But yeah, in France, you got a ton of different weathers in depending on where you are at in France. Like if you are by the ocean, if you are by the Mediterranean Sea, or if you are in the mountains, we got tons of like in a small space on Earth, we have like a pretty different types of weathers.
yeah, you guys got the Alps, so you guys are pretty high up some in some parts. How do I map style?
Well, gold rejected like quite strongly.
There we go. Yeah, it did. It would have been a good secure point before retail sales. But like, see how much higher up Europe is compared to like this is where I'm at right here. Oh, actually, I was at. I'm actually right
But
around here
it's
now.
hard to compare to the equator or
Yeah, the equator's down here. Equator's like right here. Isn't that crazy how it just runs through Africa like this, and you just get all this desert? It's like that
yeah.
kind of terrain. See how the equator just runs through this area, the Middle East. Yeah, but you guys are like, if we take planes, we normally, like when I flew to Cyprus, we flew all the way up this way, and then we came down into Austria. Over here.
I think France is like looking at a flat map.
Well, the Earth is flat.
Oh yeah.
Explain this then. What is this thing? Now, France is right here. France is a big country. France and Germany are probably the biggest countries, and maybe Spain. Actually, you guys got some pretty big countries. You got Italy too.
How is that a big country to you?
I was going to
Like
say that as well.
How is France a big country?
Yeah, to an American.
Um, you're saying like compared?
Yeah.
I would say Texas. France is probably Texas. Because the US is maybe a little bit bigger than Europe. I mean, how far does Europe go over here?
More or less.
Um,
I think that's Ukraine where you're pointing right now.
Yeah,
so it's
this
more,
is Ukraine somewhere in here.
yeah,
But
that's the corner of Europe then.
so like right here,
it's like
you say?
Bit right,
That's
bit more right,
yeah,
bit more right.
a tiny bit to the right.
to the right. So you guys are right here.
Right here.
Oh,
It's
okay. This is Ukraine.
Yeah, that's Ukraine.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are over here. So let's see. Yeah, I would say if we did oops, yeah, something like that. So that's like Europe, right? Let's scale this thing. How do I rotate this? There we go. Wow. Oh, actually, I zoomed in. I zoomed out. Hold on. Let's stop monkeying around. We got retail sales coming out in a second.
Oh, just googled it. Europe is slightly bigger than US.
Europe is slightly bigger.
Europe's got 10.2 million square kilometers, and US is 9.8 square kilometers.
Wow. Yeah, so I would say France is pretty much like Texas. Same size. Alaska, I think, is our biggest state. Texas or Alaska or California. California's huge. California goes all the way up and down the west coast. Beautiful. Beautiful. How about
Wow.
that, boys?
What's the date? Oh, I can see Canada's data. It's better than expected. Well, actually, it's matching. Sorry, no.
GJ is pushing up on the other hand.
Import prices are up. Man, we called this to the T, did we not?
It's 1 point.
Yep.
Yeah.
1.3. Nice little surprise here. They expected more, but we got 0.3% more than expected on retail sales. Right? So this thing should continue down over here, back down to this support. Now we're still in this bullish trend, and this is more of a projection that, I do think price is going to continue down, and we're not going to have safe sells until we really start breaking, I would say 1768. But right here, like let's say we were in this, I would have secured right here, and stop loss would be a break even right now. And let's see if this thing can continue down. This could be a good one to journal if we do continue down, but we need to wait for our setup over here. Good shit. Yeah, now let's check out GJ. Okay, GJ is starting to climb up here. Very choppy, right? And you got to wait for a close here. Let's see the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute still rejecting that area. You got to wait for it to close clearly above. Not like, right there. It's got to be up here. It's got to be a clear close, and then you can take this thing up. You do not want to get trapped. I
Did you
think
have the trend line on
Sharjeel and
gold?
I got trapped right here. What's up?
Did you have the trend line on gold? Like it looks like the bullish trend line that was joining linking the lows. Yeah, you drew like the safe one.
So yeah, I had it right here. Meets up right there perfectly, right there. I mean, could we bring it in more? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was saying like maybe we broke it we just retested it up top, and to now have a pullback down further.
You want to draw it? What you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm sending the chart.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I was sending that to say, look at France is like at the same level at New York.
No. France is if we
If
do a
you follow the
horizontal line,
line
A bit higher.
to the
France
left.
is like Canada. This is up here in
Oh yeah,
right there. Mid France. So but if we go southern France, right around Spain, right there perfectly.
Yeah.
That's New England. This is like Boston, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont. Yeah, it's all lined up that way. But like I said, like when we fly out of Kennedy or when we fly out of Newark, a lot of times we go up this way and then we come back down this way. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe that's just the trajectory because of the flight path, like the way the Earth is.
yeah.
Maybe you
I don't
have to
know.
do that. But yeah, did you send something else?
Yeah, just send the.
I thought you were messing around with me and then sent that instead. Okay. I could see what you're doing here. Let's see. Let's see if that's I don't get how mine is so different though. Because mine is like bouncing off 3 times over here.
Yeah,
How, I don't
because
get how
if
yours is.
yo,
So if yours is right here,
it's
then you're not taking that first part.
you're on the 30 minutes.
This is the 30-minute.
Yeah.
So you're drawing it from right there. I mean, that could be it. I mean, that's what we look for all the time. It's like, all right, we broke the trend line here, right? We come right back up to retest that area, and now we're continuing down.
No, but I was drawing it from all the way down to the bottom, but I don't understand why it's so different.
Me neither. Yeah, it's strange. Who's your liquidity provider?
The same.
Awanda?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Like
Am I going crazy?
Go to the 1 hour.
You're a little bit inside. Oh no.
I mean, on the 1 hour, I just passed through a wick on the second bottom.
Yeah, right here. This wick.
Yeah. It's man.
That's weird.
Oh, I'm on logarithmic.
You on what?
I'm on the logarithmic scale.
Loga redneck?
Logarithmic. I don't know if that log. Click log
I was
down.
gonna say, speaking of Texas.
Log down right hand corner, bottom right hand.
Oh, log?
Yeah. That changes a tad the scale.
Okay.
It's it means
Yeah,
that
so what does that do?
it like go to Bitcoin.
Sheesh.
Put it on the weekly.
Oh wow.
Zoom out. Like zoom out all from the time it started. Yeah, going up. Like you see right now, you have like the scale is to the right, like 1 centimeter on your screen is some amount of dollars.
Okay.
If you put log, 1 centimeter is gonna be one fixed amount of percentages instead of dollars.
Okay.
So you
Wow.
see like the same distance is gonna be the same change in percentages instead of the same change in dollars.
Okay. All right. Oh wow, yeah, that changes a lot. So yours is on log? How'd you figure that out? the fact that you were on that? You were just looking at my screen?
Yeah, I just saw on your screen that you didn't have that in blue.
Okay.
Uh,
See, what I found is that a lot of times, like if you have the wrong trend line, that can really screw your trades up. Right. So you just want to make sure that that's like
yeah.
that's where you want. Now, let's say we were in this trade during the news. I would have secured down here. I would have just closed the full thing. Or not the full thing, but like 90%, like somewhere down around 17, 75 year of Lexington and Concord. We were talking about yesterday. All right, GJ. GJ rejecting that level again. Do that clean close above. So it looks like we're bouncing off that level over here. Maybe that was just a liquidity grab with retail sales. We react to this trend line and maybe we're just going to continue up from here. Because the last 4-hour candle closed a strong daily candle. Maybe we're coming down and just rejecting this previous resistance, right? Retesting it to then continue up. Because look at the daily. Daily is a strong bullet. Actually, we're starting to exhaust a little bit, right? This daily failed to break the highs up here, right? And this is that area I was talking about. All of this. Right here. Previous support, all this area price is now tapping into. We're due for a pullback before continuing up. All right. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, are we back testing today?
Of course. 1 o'clock.
All right, sounds good.
Let's get better. Let's grow that account even more. I think we're up 4%. So,
4% in
three and a
two
half.
trading sessions.
What's up?
4% in two since Friday, last Friday, was it?
No, we're back testing on gold back in I think October of 2021, and we're growing this account together. So within the span of 1 week, right, from Monday to Friday, very choppy week as well. You'll see it if you come on. It was we were able to gain around 4%.
Oh, that's good.
Should have been more if Quentin and Carlos had a wider stop loss, but that's all right.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Yeah, most probably joined today.
Okay, good stuff. Guys, I was just kidding. Quentin, don't cry over there, all right?
I'm going for some tissue right now.
You what?
I'm grabbing
Tissue.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize that I have here, I'll send this to you guys. I'm over here looking at Google Earth. Look what I have next to my desk. Go look at New York session.
Whoa.
I could have just looked up. I didn't even realize I had that. That map was made by the East London Mapping Company. And it's all the
I mean, that looks small. I can understand you didn't see it.
you what?
I said that it looks like a small map. I can understand you didn't see it in front of you.
That looks like a small map.
No, I'm joking.
You're being yeah, I did have it kind of zoomed in here. It does look huge. No, I mean to scale. Yeah, That's what it is for scale. But yeah, that's all the ocean currents. Basically all the shipping that goes on in the world. I don't know what year it was. Merchant Shipping Atlas, 1959. So all the ships going across the world and stuff. Pretty interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock for a backtesting session. I gotta upload the other one as well from yesterday to the course if you guys want to go back and rewatch that. All right.
Right.
All right, man.
Great.
Sounds good. See you later.
You
Yeah,
too,
Take care,
guys.
see you later.
Have a great day. All right. Great job showing up today.
Thank you.
All right. Get that check mark in. I actually got my check mark. I gotta check it for yesterday. I got my gallon in. I finished my gallon at like 10:30 last night. So I just barely got it. So we're in. But all right, guys. Have a great day. All right.
You too,
All
man.
right, you too, man. Peace.
Good stuff. You too.